acting teacher, dramatic, or whatever. And I guess Mrs. Burleson asked her to go out there and get into it. So she was, when I eventually met her, when she was doing off-Broadway shows at that time. And when she came back to a wedding back here, I don't know if you anybody remember Nancy Ray, Alderberry. Well, she came back to a wedding at the First Methodist Church in the basement there. Anyhow, I was introduced to her by one of friends, one of the old ladies. Well, I guess they weren't as old. But anyhow, I got to meet her there and ended up driving her to the airport. And remember Walt Flamino? The guy? I borrowed his car because I didn't know to go to the airport, and I wrecked it. But got lost going to the airport, went to the wrong, headed towards Youngstown, the airport. You know how you went to Beaver Falls? There was a road that went to the other. I'd never been to the airport before. But anyhow, I got her there eventually through some help and time. But later on, I do a lot of trips on trains and planes and driving back and forth to New York, dating. Ended up married Francie.
Wow.
Been happy. She never got to. She tried acting here in Newcastle one time in the old theater in Newcastle down in Mahoning Town, and that was the last time she did her acting. She's been acting ever since. Different acting out more than but anyhow, I do appreciate it.
Who's next?
Yeah, I'll give it a try. Anybody do any drag racing on Lincoln Avenue? There.
Every day.
Well, I know a lot of us did, but I do remember one time, Clem Creasy and Justin Yanata were going up and coming back down Lincoln Avenue, and I remember Mr. Brown looking at that window, and I could read lips, and I knew what he was saying. And I'll be darned if one of the trannies, I don't know if it was Justin's tranny or Clem, dropped all oil all over Lincoln Avenue. Then the cops came and the fire department and that. You would have thought somebody got shot, for God's sake. But it was us, a class of 55.
All right.
I think
Hey,
it's wrong. I think
Ralph.
Because his dad was
There you go, bud.
The only one I have to say is Rocky Romeo. I went to school. I was the only one that had a car basically from the west side. And Rocky and some of the guys would want to ride. So Rocky come to my house one day and I picked him up and we go down the street. We cross this bridge and we go up this real steep hill. Well, the car started spinning. And I said to Rocky, I said, watch the car, watch me back up. Well, I backed up to this real long bridge, and the bridge was about this thick, old stone bridge. And I hit it, creased the fender. And I said to Rocky, I said, why didn't you tell me about the bridge? Oh, I forgot there was a bridge there. So that was my, and then he said, I finally get back, and he said, well, there ain't a bad. Well, the fender was really creased badly. So at the end of we got ready to come home that day, and he said, do I still get a ride? I said, well, I think so, but I always remember him in the bridge. But he said, I forgot about the bridge. Very nice seeing everyone, and wish the best to everyone.
You going to rebut?
Oh. Yeah, there's always two sides to every story. First of all, Frank was right. We got in the car and we had to go up the hill. and it was icy, so he had to back down. He asked me to look to see how close I was coming to the bridge abutment. And it was a cold morning. I didn't want to roll the window down. So I just looked at the rearview mirror, and I didn't get a real good look. So I told him, yeah, you're okay, back it up. And then we heard crunch. And I thought, that's not good. So I looked at Frank and I was going to tell him, why don't you go and drive? But just looking at him, I knew that was the wrong thing to say. He was a little upset. But you know, not much longer, not much later than that, he broke the record for the mile. Was it the mile, Frank? And I don't want to say that I helped, but I stood at the finish line and said, come on, Frank, what you learn to drive? And he took off toward the end. The rest is history.
Frank was also runner-up in state cross country that year.
I remember him.
Yeah.
Come on, man.
I don't know what story I'd have to say.
Well, this is a
I
mature
know-
audience, so.
I know Sheila got me at one of the class reunions, and she looked at me and looked at me, and she says, I don't remember you from high school. I said, why not, Sheila? She said, I don't know, I never knew you. I said, the reason was, I was a short guy. None of you girls ever got to see us. So you really missed out on that. Very nice guy, very short. And she always wondered why, and I told her why. I said, because we had the sharpers. And that's why we never saw hardly any of the girls. So that wasn't good.
Too bad.
I'll say it was too bad. But we done all right.
All right. Okay, who's next? Kelly.
Come on. You don't remember anything about high school? Ah.
You want me to tell the story?
Yes. And remember, this is a mature audience, so rated R, okay?
Those of you that, can you hear me?
Yep.
Those of you that can remember Virginia Blanchett,
It's on, Dad.
This is my granddaughter's karaoke machine.
Now,
I'm a
can you
graduate
hear me?
engineer, but I can't figure it out.
Yeah. Thank you. I'm not an engineer, and I can't. We were in history class in Miss Weinschenck's class, Virginia Weinschenck. And several, I can't remember anybody else in the class except Mark Tate. And she asked the question, what is the name of the uprising of the common folk? I put my hand up. And she says, what is your answer? And, well, I guess Edward. And I said, coup d'etat. She says, that's true, that's correct. She says, go to the board and spell it. Well, Mark Tate is in the room. So I went up and I spelled coup d'etat, C-O-U-P-D-E, and I sort of misspelled etat, which is E-T-A-T. I intentionally spelled it T-A-T, so it was coup d'etat. He says, that's my name, that's my name. She called me after class and read me the riot act, and for the rest of the week, I was banished to the corner of the room to sit by myself with instructions not to speak out about anything. Rest in peace.
I remember her well. She sent me out in the